So it's been a while, more than a while, maybe a few years, give or take, and a lot has changed. I'm not sure exactly where to start, but let's do a quick recap. First things first, I adopted my first fur baby. His name's Luca. I think I shot some footage at some point today to kind of show him off a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can input some pictures here. Since COVID, I have moved out and now live with my boyfriend. The last big update is that I turned 30. It isn't the biggest deal in the world. Turning 30 has given me a lot to reflect on. And of course, there's so many things that I feel so grateful for. Like, I love our apartment and that I was able to adopt Luca. I love my job and that I'm able to travel. My relationship is going great, which is, you know, I'm happy for. But there's also a lot of things that I thought I was going to achieve by the time I hit 30 and that just didn't happen, or it didn't come close to happening. There's certain things you just wanted to be able to achieve before 30. My big one was being able to purchase a house, which I'm 30 and here we are in my apartment. It's just been a little tricky, and it's definitely something that I know there's a lot going on with the housing crisis and the price of houses right now, which made things very difficult. And of course, inflation and the cost of living is just so expensive. And I could have never expected that when I turned 18, 19, 20, but it's still in the back of my mind, and I kind of feel like a little whisper of that I feel like a failure for some reason. I mean, not for some reason. I set this goal and I thought that I was going to be able to achieve it, and it couldn't be further from the truth. There's no way I could afford a house now with the price of houses, the cost of the interest, property taxes, and just in general, like, having to have that cushion that they recommend when you move out is just really, really challenging, and it's just something that is not realistic right now, and it sucks. I mean, because of course I had this expectation of where I wanted to be. Not only that, I feel like time has flown so quickly, and maybe some of it had to do with the fact that we had a pandemic and we did spend maybe a year or a year and a half kind of in limbo, where I spent a lot of time at home. I didn't spend my late 20s going out. You know, it was just so different. And of course there's certain things that made that time a blessing, because I really focused on my mental health and focusing on what I really wanted in life, and appreciated all the little things that I really kind of took for granted before we had the freedom to do everything. I mean, now things are back to normal, I would say, but it still was a year and a half that, you know, we lost. And even though I will say we probably didn't have it as bad as some of the younger generations, where I see them struggling in schools and struggling socially and everything, it was still really challenging to feel like you lost those years that you planned to travel and do certain things with your friends and hang out, and instead it was spent at home. So that flash forward definitely was difficult. And of course, like, I did YouTube during that time, which was super fun, and I had the time to do so, and it definitely fell off once life got busy again, and I just never prioritized it. It was difficult for me to find the balance between taking care of a dog, having a full-time job, keeping track of a household, which I had never done. I mean, it was different when I lived with my parents and we were like a team to like keep a space clean. But now that I have a pet and I have a full-time job, and even with the help of my boyfriend, it's still challenging, I feel like, to come home after a long day of working and realize that there's such a mess in the house, or you need to cook or clean, and you want to work out, and you want to do 50 bajillion things, or socialize and catch up with friends, and then your day's done, you know? I feel like we've been in this apartment for a little over a year, about a year and a half, and I feel like finally I have found the balance. You know, I'm working out about 3 to 4 times a week. I mean, sometimes 2 times a week because things happen, but I feel really proud that I've been able to maintain that for the last 3 months or so. I have some plans that I'm able to keep alive. I think I have currently 3 plants, which might not seem like a lot, but it's really exciting coming from someone who used to live in like the basement floor of my family house. So I didn't have that much natural light to be able to grow any plants or living things. So that's nice. And yeah, like, I don't know, I'm reading a lot. I have these beautiful bookshelves that I am in love with. I'm staring at them as we're talking, and it's something that I've always wanted in my space. I mean, my old space, I used to just have all my books piled up on the floor and like anything that I had available to me. But this time I actually was able to, or my boyfriend boyfriend built the shelves for me, and it's so nice to have a space to be able to decorate and purchase little knickknacks and make it feel so homey. And I really do feel like finally my apartment feels like a home, even though, I mean, we are already thinking ahead, hoping to, even though we're already looking ahead and thinking to move hopefully next year. But you know, it's nice to take advantage of the time we still have here and make it the best place we can have it and make it feel very homey. So recently I've been thinking of things that I want to do to romanticize my life. Every little thing, whether it's cooking meals at home and finding fun recipes, or buying really cool ingredients to use specifically for that night, or watching my favorite movie, or going on these beautiful long walks while I listen to an audiobook, or sitting on my balcony with a nice cup of coffee. And I think maybe that is what turning 30 is about. I feel like your 20s is about finding who you are. Not saying that I don't feel that way now, but I feel like I kind of know who I am to an extent. I feel a lot more confident. I understand. I feel a lot more confident. I kind of know what I like to spend my free time doing. I know who I value and who I want in my life, friends, family, etc. I know what activities I want to put my time into, and so I feel like my 30s feel like that's my time, you know, my time to really take the time to go into my hobbies, whether it's reading or playing a video game or watercolor painting or just coloring in a coloring book, or my blog, which I still have maintained through everything, and it's pretty cool. I didn't feel that sense of dread turning 30 like I did when I turned 22, 23, 24, and so on. And maybe it's because I finally just feel very content with myself. Of course, there's those moments of like doubt and those moments of insecurity and those moments of just mental downness, you know, those blues and just not feeling great. But I would say overall, I feel the most happy with myself, my life, what I've built my life around. I just feel really happy right now. And I feel like, I don't know why I even wanted to record or talk about this, but I did feel like today felt like a good day to start. And if you're seeing this, that meant I actually edited it and published it. I'm back on YouTube. I'm not completely sure what kind of content I'm going to make. I don't necessarily think it's going to be a vlog style channel anymore like I used to do. I think it's going to be more reading and cleaning and sit down and chats, maybe a little bit of makeup or just favorites in my life here and there. I'm not entirely sure, but I think we're gonna figure it out together. And if there's anything specific you want to hear me talk about or my opinions on it or whatever, just let me know. And until next time, guys, bye.